You are very quick to become dismissive. I think you are just in this position for the sake of being in it. You don't understand it. Kumalo was arrested by IDEC for an HR matter.
You'll just give me half a second. I have a tickle in my throat. I'm trying to get rid of it. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Arresting the head of crime intelligence is not something one takes lightly. There must be a watertight case.
Oh, we had a witness here, Minister of Police. We are doing exactly that now. I'm talking to the advocate. The advocate is capable of answering for herself.
When are you opening a case for Honorable Andre Johnson, whom you said this thing that she did in being in the panel of her husband was 20 years ago?
Can we please ask the DA to ask the Minister of Public Works to get the aircon working? We are dying. It's been 2 weeks. Where is good governance, Chief? Please, Chair.
The Minister of Public Works has been the Minister for 3 minutes. And for 30 years, the ANC has been the Minister, and they did nothing here. So don't come to me.
Honorable Breitenbach.
You are widely perceived as a Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa's protector. I think you know about that one.
Not that I'm aware.
Why has it been that he has not been charged with the Phala case?
If the chair will give me a moment, I just want to get my facts in terms of where this matter is currently. There's 2 matters in this matter. There's 2 matters in relating to the Phala case. One is the possession of US dollars by the president, case opened by Mr. Arthur Fraser, and the other is, and this particular case is in the, a decision was taken by, no, there's no decision on the matter yet. This matter is with the DPP, I think it's Limpopo. The file is with the Specialized Commercial Crime Unit in the head office, and they are going to get a panel to sit on this matter to consider it, but there's no decision. So that is that matter. The other matter relates to theft of cash from the president's farm, which is in court.
Okay, tell me about this one. The section. Oh.
Can I check what is the point, Honorable Malam?
No, Chair. She can't say she's not aware of where the decision lies on the matter of Phala because there's a decision by DPP in Limpopo not to prosecute. And even the head of IDEC told us that the matter is with her because there were people who took that matter on review. And the question is, why is she unable to prosecute on that matter? Even when Limpopo declined, there was a review which was brought to attention. That's where that matter is. To say there's no decision on Phala is incorrect.
You spoke of ethical leadership. So, do you regard yourself as an ethical leader?
I do.
Why have you not acted on Phala?
I beg your pardon?
Why have you not acted on Phala?
Because there are processes to be followed in the legal process. The DPP takes a decision on the matter or not. And of course, anybody is entitled to ask that the National Director review this matter. That review process is not kicked in, but I'm trying to get clarity on whether Honorable Malema might be correct, whether the DPP in fact took a decision in this matter, and whether there is a review process in the SCCU head office. But I want to get clarity on that. But for now, to be clear, through you, Chair, the matter is not on my desk. I have never considered this matter or the merits of this matter.
So the ethical leader in you doesn't say do something about Phala. Anyway.
There are processes at the moment that are happening. The matter is at the head office.
The ethical leader in you.
That's correct. There are processes and the matter is at the SCCU in the head office.
So the ethical leader in you only says that. It doesn't say do something about Phala. It only says just know where the matter is.
That's not correct. If the DPP has done anything wrong in taking the decision, then of course I must intervene. And there are processes. The matter is with the SCCU head office at the moment.
Let's pass. Do you know Paul O'Sullivan?
I beg your pardon?
Do you know Mr. Paul O'Sullivan?
I've never met him, but he does send emails. I may have met him at I better hasten to add, if he was at some social event where I was there with him, I might have, but I can't recall.
Chair, I think I'll end here and donate my time to Honorable Nomvalo. Thank you.
Chair, I didn't have a follow-up. I was just requesting to address you. Can we please ask the DA to ask the Minister of Public Works to get the aircon working? We are dying. It's been 2 weeks. Where is good governance, Chief? Please, Chair. Thank you so much.
Can I respond to that? So the Minister of Public Works has been the Minister for 3 minutes. And for 30 years, the ANC has been the Minister, and they did nothing here. So don't come to me.
Honorable Breitenbach, Honorable Malium.
No, I wanted to check if Advocate have you confirmed, because it will be very worrisome that you come before this platform and you know one of the high profile cases you're dealing with is this matter of Phala Phala, and you come and say you don't know what's happening with it. I mean the NPA withdrew this matter, refused to prosecute, and it was announced, and it was said that the matter is before you. I think that should be in 2024, somewhere there, where the DPP of Limpopo said it's not prosecuting, and then there was an outcry, and the response was that the matter is being reviewed by the NDPP.
You, Chair, can I clarify? Yes, I've now got clarity on this. My notes were not clear. It is a review process. The matter is in the head office, in the NPA. It's being dealt with by the Specialized Commercial Crimes Unit that processes the reviews, and that matter will be dealt with. Thank you, Chair, and I apologize for the lack of clarity on that.
You can apologize to Honorable Shongwe first, because that's a question I asked.
Thank you so much.
Apologies, Honorable Shongwe.
15:40. Your time starts now, ends at 10 past 16 hours. Is that
Yeah, thank you.
or Skosana?
Thank you,
Is
Chair.
it you or
Yeah,
Skosana?
no, it's me, Chair.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, NDPP. You know, I've got a privilege because you account to a committee which I'm part of, the Justice Portfolio Committee. And my observation with you, which I've shared openly, is that you are very quick to become dismissive. And that leaves me with an impression that you are the NDPP who does not understand his statutory responsibilities. And I'm going to a particular question with this statement. I'm not just making a statement here. When I arrived here, we had the first meeting with you. I asked you about the Cindy Somagaka case, which was widely reported in the media space. You said you don't know what is happening on that case before it reached the stage that it is in today. You came to our committee when you came to report about the Omotoso case. You admitted that you never made any supervision to the case up until the ugly consequences that South Africans experienced. The Gupta extradition. There are many cases that I can explain which you failed to supervise in terms of the statutory responsibility that is given to you. Now, I'm not crucifying you here unfairly so. I'm saying this based on experience. And I even requested that you resign before January because I think you are just in this position for the sake of being in it. You don't understand it. I made a plea and I even said to you, even if I meet you in town, in the toilet, everywhere, I will request you to resign because in my understanding, you are not fit for this position. Now, Section 34 of the NPA says, the NDPP may direct a DPP to submit a report to him regarding a specific activity relating to his or her powers, duties, and functions. That is the first section that gives you huge powers to run the institution holistically. Section 22 says, the NDPP may direct a DPP to submit a report in respect of any case, matter, prosecution. Now, when it says prosecution, it gives you a responsibility to summon a report, even if the prosecution is still underway. To say, NDPP, come to my office or give me a report about this matter and advise or overturn, as you said that you can overturn the decision of the NDPP. But in many instances, you refer a responsibility to the DPP and says, no, it falls in his competency and you have no statutory responsibility. Now, do you agree with me if I say to you, you have a particular understanding of your statutory responsibility other than the responsibilities that you are given by the NPA Act?
I'm not sure I understand the question, Chair. If that can be clarified so that I can properly answer
Let me ask it like this. You said here, when you were asked about the KZN issue, I think so, you said it falls in the competency of the DPP, and you never involved yourself on that issue because it was done by the DPP. I've explained different events here wherein you used the same excuse to say, no, this does not fall in my competency. I can't instruct the DPP to prosecute or not to prosecute. And you have repeated those words here today. Now I'm saying the statute gives you those powers, but you are not using them. You can advise the DPP to prosecute or not to prosecute, in my understanding, based on the provisions which I've just read for you.
Thank you. I understand that question better now. Firstly, I cannot advise a DPP, Honourable Chair, to prosecute or not to prosecute a case because I do not get involved in assessing the evidence in a case. And the fact is, Honourable Chair, the Act makes it very clear what the responsibilities are, what a DPP's responsibilities are to decide and make decisions to prosecute, as well as the Act creates two offices, actually. It creates an office of the National Director and it creates an office of a DPP, which consists of a whole, the Act sets out what that office consists of. And it's very clear what a DPP should do and the powers of a National Director. So in terms of decisions to prosecute, the National Director cannot tell a DPP who to prosecute or who not to prosecute. But you are correct in that there are certain other powers. The National Director is in charge of the National Prosecuting Authority. And as such, the National Director has got to ensure that the institution is well run. And that would mean calling for reports on certain issues. That would mean a whole range of things. And so certainly I also want to deal with the examples of cases that the Honourable Member mentioned, because I think it's important that I don't leave that unresponded to. So with regard to the Omotozo matter, again, I emphasize the day-to-day management of cases rests with a DPP. And of course, yes, when things went horribly wrong in that matter, then I had to step in to find out what was going on. But we were not aware that there were risks before that. And so that's the one case. And again, I implore that it is not regarded with the greatest of respect as an example of how NPA deals with gender-based violence issues. And Chair, I've dealt with that extensively, so I won't go back to that. The issue of the Gupta extradition was also raised. And it's important that I deal with this because, with all due respect, I speak to this honorable committee, but also to the people of this country. The Gupta extradition matter, I won't go into details, but we are still trying to understand why we lost that extradition case. There will be another request for extradition that will be submitted fairly soon. I don't want to give timelines. But one of the risks are that we actually fail again because we didn't know what the reason was for the failure in the first instance. But that's not going to stop us. We will submit a further extradition request. So I think you are correct in terms of the powers of the National Director to make sure that the institution is run properly. And I want to assure the Honourable Member that the NPA is a well-run institution today. We have ethical leadership. The performance of the NPA, besides these couple of cases, very important cases, setbacks, none of those cases have reached the end of the legal process. We are certainly hoping that there will be a successful appeal in Omotoso. In the New Lane matter, for which the NPA was crucified, the Supreme Court of Appeal has overturned that decision, and we will have to start that case all over again, which already puts us at risk. So I just want to emphasize that the performance of the NPA has gone up from 50% to 75%, and in Q1 this year is sitting at 81%. That is not indicative of a failing organization. I agree there have been setbacks, and we've learned from that. And we need to make sure that those things do not happen again. But the NPA is certainly, with asset forfeiture, for example, which is an important aspect, we have recovered almost 50% of everything that was recovered in 25 years of the AFU has been recovered in the past 4 years because of a very determined asset forfeiture strategy, because of innovative policies. And money from Kara, that I think it's 6.6 billion, that's like 6 times what it cost us to fund Zondo Commission. We're already seeing results of that because it's mainly because of evidence led there that we're able to recover this amount of money, which also funded government's response to dealing with illegal mining. So you make important points, but it's important to understand the context. Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, no, because my problem, NTPP, with these cases that I've just mentioned is that you only came in after a crisis presented itself. During the course of prosecution, you never intervened, even when these cases were widely reported in the media space. Don't you think that somewhere, somehow, you were irresponsible? Because when a case is broadcast, it gives you an opportunity as well as the NPA to showcase your strength, to intimidate criminals. Now, when you just go on TV, you watch like all of us, ordinary South Africans, and you do absolutely nothing, and wait for a crisis to come, and only come in when there is a crisis, whereas you have a constitutional weapon, you have a statutory weapon that you can use, because at any time, you can call the DPP and say, DPP, can you give me an update on this matter? And support them when there is a need to support them. Now, you have just been observing, like all of us, sitting at home, watching TV, doing absolutely nothing to assist the prosecutorial work that has been done in these cases. So I think if you are a responsible DPP, NTPP, you must accept that you abdicated your responsibility, especially in the Omotoso case, because you never did anything up until there was a crisis. So, Honourable Chair, I want to emphasize that directors of public prosecutions are highly paid, responsible, powerful members of the prosecuting authority. And I, as the national director, any national director, expects them to be doing their job. Of course, if there's an obvious crisis that's happening, you must intervene. We have put in place processes where DPPs now do
a proper risk evaluation of every high-profile matter, dealing with any potential risks and what they are putting in place to ensure that those risks do not materialize, or if they do, we mitigate the consequences. So I understand the role of a national director, but the DPP's responsibility, there was no apparent crisis waiting to happen in this matter, and DPPs are required to manage risks in their division. But if there's an obvious crisis, of course, the national director must intervene, which was not the case in these matters.
Now, I want to ask about the Khumalo case. Khumalo was arrested by IDEC for an HR matter. Have you ever done a supervision of that case?
If you'll just give me half a second, I have a tickle in my throat. I'm trying to get rid of it. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Sorry, it's my post-nasal drip. Triggers
Chair,
sometimes.
she has been coughing for a minute, Chair.
No, but Nomvalo, you are unfair. The question is hard. Yeah, she's on the question.
So
My
consider
apologies.
my time, Chair.
I must apologize for this. So I explained earlier that with regard to these matters, the national director does not get involved in, excuse me, in the detail of a case.
So you have never supervised, even after it was broadcast?
No, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to.
Or you're not done?
I'm not yet done.
Oh, okay,
My apologies.
Yeah.
The witness.
You are breathing heavily
I need a
on the
minute and
neck
I'm sure I'll be fine.
of the witness.
It normally
please
works with
back
the
off?
lozenge. So
Okay, no, okay. We can take a break, Chair.
I think I'm fine, Chair. I can
Relax,
continue now.
relax.
Thank you. In that matter, as I explained, well, in all matters, particularly, well, let's deal with IDAC matters, because it relates to an IDAC matter. I get very, very high-level reports, and verbally, because of leakage of information, the ID gives me very high-level reports, verbally, generally. In this particular case, she informed me about the impending arrest of the head of crime intelligence. I said to her, Andrea, are you sure this is a watertight case? Because arresting the head of crime intelligence is not something one takes lightly. There must be a watertight case, and she explained to me that it was part of a much bigger case strategy. This was one case that's part of a much bigger case strategy, and that the case was solid. But again, I urge, if anyone feels aggrieved by that decision, to bring a review process. And I assure the people of this country that I will look at any case, whether it's Phala Phala or this matter, objectively, and decide whether the correct decision was taken.
So they informed you before they effected the arrest?
That is correct.
So you relied on a verbal briefing. You never said, bring me a referral if there's any, so that I can satisfy myself that we have a strong case here.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
I'm saying, you are saying, you asked her if the case is watertight, and she said yes. I'm saying, to you, that was enough. You never went further to say, bring me a referral, bring me documents, so that I can also satisfy myself that we have a strong case here.
We have processes in the prosecuting authority to ensure that cases are, it's not just one person that takes a decision, not just the ID. there's a team of people that actually work together to decide on these cases. So when the head of the investigating directorate gives me her assurance that the case is strong, I must take her word for it.
So you took her words. You never required.
That is correct.
Or you only relied on her words.
And a very high level briefing of what the case was about.
So according to your knowledge, was the arrest procedurally fair? Were all the requirements met for the arrest to be executed?
Can I ask what requirements the honourable member is
There's a
referring to?
referral and so on and so forth. You don't just go and arrest a person. There was a referral which was brought by a member of parliament in terms of the report that was tendered here. I'm saying, did you satisfy yourself that all the required documentation and the requirements were met before the arrest was effected?
That is not the function of a national director, and I certainly did not go into that level of detail.
It means we have different acts, NTPP. Really, I don't know the act that you have, but in terms of the act that is before me now, you do have that statutory obligation. When it says a report can go further by saying, give me the documents which are relevant to this prosecution or arrest, so that you do not become a victim of misrepresentation. You can do that. There is nothing that stops you. That is why I said, to me, you appear as the NDPP who does not understand her statutory obligations.
Chair, as I mentioned, the IDAC head gave me a high-level briefing on this case, a high-level case strategy, and why this case was strong enough and important enough for them to proceed. I agree with you. The National Director requires that kind of assurance from the DPPs to ensure that we don't have errant DPPs or IDs that are doing their own thing. It's important to have that level of assurance. And in this case, I got the level at a very high-level briefing, that level of assurance from the ID in this matter.
Yeah, because we are going to rely on a half-cooked information, and you are the one who accounts in Parliament. We ask questions from you. Now, if you are responsible, you can't just rely on a verbal update or report. Documents must be submitted to you so that you are going to be in a position to make justifications if that need arises, and to give a report and to be confident and say the NPA here did everything that it could do. Now you are just relying on a verbal report. There is absolutely no papers before you. You are saying this was said to me and it ends there.
Honourable Namwal, I think you're right. In future, we have to find a way of managing leakage of information and getting written reports, because you make a valid point. But dealing with leakages in the institution is a serious problem. And that is something else that, we need to find a way of strengthening our information security across government. But that is a serious concern, and I'll certainly take your point on board.
The list is closed.
Thank you, Chair. NTPP, the country suffered an embarrassing legal battle. Whether substantively or procedurally, we lost the application to extradite Guptas to the Republic of South Africa to face the wrath of the law. Now, you indicate that NPA is planning to resubmit the extradition request to the UAE. But you're saying you are unable to give us the exact time frame. And that's worrisome because this matter has dragged for quite some time now. Now, why is it that you can't provide exact time frames on when is NPA going to submit an extradition request against Guptas in the UAE? What is the actual plan in respect to that? Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. What I can say is, from the information that I received from the ID, it will certainly be before I leave office. So, but I certainly hope it would be even before the end of this year. But it will be soon. We are working very hard on also ensuring that we have additional charges that will be added to the original extradition request. So it's the time that it's taking is that we're not just resubmitting the old request again. We have investigated some other very important cases involving other SOEs, and there will be other charges that will be added. That has been the delay and why we didn't submit immediately after that.
Have you ever spoken to the minister then, Lamula, about this extradition Honorable Ngola is talking about?
We had many conversations.
About this matter, the extradition matter, have you ever discussed with him?
Yes, about that.
Are you aware that the minister assured South Africans that the Guptas will be extradited from Dubai? Are you aware of that?
Didn't hear that.
I'm saying, are you not aware that the minister assured South Africans that the matter of the Guptas, they will be extradited to this country? It's just a matter of time. Was that discussion between you and him, or it was a political statement, maybe? You distance yourself from what the minister told us.
No, I don't distance myself from what the minister said. I don't know the details of it, but what I can confirm is that there will be an extradition application, and this country will do everything possible, the NPA will do everything possible to extradite the Guptas, who have been responsible largely for bringing this country to its knees, for the state that the country is in terms of when corruption has a face. The face of corruption is no sanitation, no water, no roads. The basic infrastructure of people was stolen by Guptas and others allegedly working in concert with them.
Let me add.
If I may finish, Chair, I'll be very quick. We
Okay.
owe it to the country that they are brought back. So what the minister said, I'm not sure, but certainly we will do everything possible from our side to extradite them. Extradition does become a political process. And so, you know, we can't guarantee it because the process is completely in another country. But certainly from our side, the minister would be correct if he said that we will do everything possible to bring them back.
But advocate, for me, we had a witness here, Minister of Police. We are doing exactly that now. I'm saying to you, my question is simple to you, a follow-up question on this matter, because you are talking about extradition of the Gupta family, which South Africans are waiting for. Now, my question was, have you discussed that with the minister? Because the minister assured South Africans. Because as you said, let me add on that. This country is in this state because of Pravin Gordhan. You might not want to mention him, but I'll mention him for you. That family. No, I'm saying I don't want to be selective. We want them to come here to account. But I'm saying to you, hence you said that we are in this problem because of the Guptas. Wrongly or rightly so. I'm saying to you, it doesn't matter whether he died. I'm saying this country we are in this scenario because of one of the persons who has done that is Pravin Gordhan.
Point of order, Chair.
Now, no, I don't. He never respect us when we are alive. You can't tell me how to deal with that matter.
Point of order, Chairperson.
Now,
Can I take the point of order?
yeah, please, because they are starting their shenanigans now, raising point of orders, raising their hands, because I'm mentioning somebody which they love. You know, and I'm saying let them refrain themselves, because I'm talking to their advocate. The advocate is capable of answering for herself. You know, now, my last one, Chair.
Honorable,
on this matter, I want us to finish it because they were intimidating me and we are not protecting me, Chair.
Honorable Skosan, I say to you that
Always, yeah.
there is a point of order. And even when I have alerted you of the point of order, you continue to speak.
No, but they are talking to me. They are busy. Why is I'm talking? They are making a point of order, but intimidating me. Why is I'm talking? They must just raise their hand.
Honorable Skosan, Honorable Skosana, may you please look at me? Thank you. Can you see me? Okay. Thank you. Can we listen to the point of order, Honorable Sangwen?
Thank you very much, Chairperson. And each time Honorable Skosana does this, I think he must know that we'll call order. Chairperson, Honorable Skosana must withdraw the remarks that he has just made. He did this on another day. We called him out. And it's on two reasons why I'm asking him to withdraw. Firstly, he's casting aspersion on a person who's not even in this house, cannot respond. Secondly, he is misleading the house. He must back up what he is saying. And if he's not able to do so, then he has to withdraw. He's misleading the house. Comrade Pravin Gordhan was not found guilty of anything. Comrade Pravin Gordhan was at no point, I mean, he's just coming up with aspersions, and he must withdraw that issue, Chair.
The point of order is sustained, and the time that has been allocated for you to make follow-ups has also expired. Can we...
I'm sorry, Chair, my time.
For follow-ups.
Yeah, but I was not finished, Chair. Let's be beyond reproach in terms of political parties.
No.
If you're saying it's sustained, Sangoni, it means we are saying I'm wrong.
Honorable Skosana,
No,
if you may please listen to me.
For the sake of progress, I'm going to do a noble thing. But I don't want people to say, yesterday I said that. Let's talk about what I said now. I'll withdraw now. Let's go. Let's finish with the advocate. Thank you.
Advocate, there's something that is stuck in my head that you said before I asked this. You said you don't see us finishing corruption in South Africa. That worries me. I hope you look into it on your own time. But this is my question. NgesiZulu we say iqala alboli. I don't know how to say that in English. But when are you opening a case for Honorable Umpati Andre Johnson, whom you said this thing that she did in being in the panel of her husband was 20 years ago? When are you acting on that, if I may ask?
Thank you, Chair. I think on the first point that the Honourable Shongwe raises about not finishing corruption, that will be utopia. It will be great if we have a country and a world without corruption. But realistically, I don't think we're going to get there, notwithstanding our best efforts. But we will keep fighting. With regard to case against, as I said, this has only just been revealed, and we need to look into it and look at the circumstances, the context, etc., and see if there's any steps that are required.
Well, can we maybe give it time, because you see, you acted fast when it comes to arresting General Khumalo. So can it be of the same pace, please?
Chair, firstly, with all due respect, I had nothing to do with the arrest of General Khumalo and in terms of acting fast. So that's the first thing. But we do try to do our work speedily, and I can commit that this will be done speedily. Thank you.
Thank you very much.